Hallo, guten Abend. Herzlich willkommen zu unserem Live-Gespräch hier. Guten Abend, and I hope you can hear me. Sorry for the earlier session with German 3 group went on a little longer. So we are about 5 to 7 minutes late. I'm sorry about that. But it's okay. Now we can start. Normally in the live session, am I audible properly? Can you just send a message in the...
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Prakash. So normally what we do is that we have circulated a Google Sheet for you to put your questions in, but we did not get any questions in the Google Sheet as such. So we can straight away go live. I mean, normally I respond to the questions on the Google Sheet first, and then we take live questions. So we can straight away go live, and you could raise your hand, and then we'll have so that we have a sequence in which people can ask questions if you have any. And is there an option for you to raise your hand? So if yeah, hello Akhilesh. No, in this thing in the Zoom, if you can raise your hand, then there will be a list. Otherwise, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask a question. Yeah, we have one hand. Mr. Sharma, R.R. Sharma. Please go ahead and ask your question, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, hello. Yeah.
Sir, you are doing great job, and I am currently working. And actually, sir, regarding practice, kindly tell something that how to practice it. Means we do your classes, but after we switch off the class, and then it's very hard to practice, because currently for a person who is doing his job or her job, so means how to maintain that momentum, because the pace of the course is like that every week the videos are being poured in, and it's very tough to cope up. So just means you are into it, it's very easy for you, means, but for the novice like me who has just started, the moment I think that now I have grabbed the basics of second week or third week, suddenly seventh week comes. So means how to cope up, and I am planning to give exam on 30th April. So should I postpone it, or should I do my preparation according to that date, sir? Please, sir.
Okay. So the thing is, a minimum amount of time every day is very, very important. And I can understand the fact that for people who are working, it is not always all that easy. But I was telling one of my students in class today about something similar, and then he was saying that there was some pressure of some exam and all that, so he was not able to do anything, keep up with German for the past 4 or 5 days, and so he is finding it difficult to come back. I mean, I understand your problem completely, because the rate of attrition, the rate of loss while learning a foreign language is enormous, because we don't have I mean, most of us who are living in India and learning German, we don't have a German speaking environment around us. So it is only while you're listening to the videos, or watching and listening to the videos, and only when you're doing the assignments that you are actually in touch with the language. So one of the things that you could do, I don't know whether you have bought the textbook or any textbook. One of the things that you can do is just spend 20 minutes a day reading from the text. Right now, I'm not saying read a newspaper or read a magazine and all that, because we have not reached that stage where we can actually read a newspaper article in German. So it is better to have a textbook. And since for everyone who is very serious about writing the exam, I would suggest that is buying the textbook which we are using for the course. It costs, the entire set with everything costs about 1100 or so, but it will stay with you for life, and it's not a bad investment, as I feel. So just devote 20 minutes a day, whichever time it is possible for you to take out those 20 minutes and go through one section of the textbook. Now, if we are into week 7, and if you're if you feel you've grasped up to week 3 or week 4, then my suggestion is you start from those lessons in which are being done in week 3 and week 4 in your spare time. You carry on with week 7 and try and do the assignments within the deadline. But for your own revision, I suggest that you keep a little bit, and I'm really asking for uh, 20 minutes a day. I mean, I could say you should devote 1 hour and all, but it's not possible. I know 1 hour gets difficult for students also. So for working people, it's even more difficult to find 1 hour. But 20 minutes, if you can find, to go through some of the lessons, some sections in the lessons, and try and when you're reading something from the textbook, try and read it aloud and see whether you're getting fluency while reading aloud and whether you can understand what you're reading. So it's okay. You can go back to lesson 1 also just to start practicing. But the point is, try and make sure that you understand what you're reading and read it to yourself and go on that way parallelly to doing the course, a separate revision track, which might be slightly lagging behind the actual course, but it's okay. Because once the course gets over, you also have some time to prepare for the exam, in which you can make up that revision lag. So there is, apart from watching the videos and doing the assignment, I would suggest you take out 20 minutes a day. Maybe either get an online book somewhere online. Also, if you want to buy access to the textbook that we're using, that is slightly more expensive. I think online access with all its, but it has much more material to practice. That is, I think, 2,500 rupees for 1 year access, something like that it is. But
Hello?
I think nobody is there. किसी की आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
बिल्ली के ऊपर बड़ी मुसीबतें हैं.
तुम्हारे पे तो आती है.
नहीं, इसके ऊपर कुछ ज्यादा ही आ रही है. उधर देखो अभी वो चोट लगी, फिर लगी, फिर हुआ, फिर इन्हें दवा, अब फिर इनके ऊपर आई. हरामजादा रात हमको पखाना करने ना जाते, ये भी तो हैं. और वही बात हम तस्लीम करके गए थे. जब बिल्ली ने काटा तस्लीम हट के तब निकला. दुनिया में पहली आया के तस्लीम हजार बैठा है कहा. रूमी, रूमी भैया, ये तो सब चाट डाली. चलो फिर लगा दो.
And are we live? Hello? Can you
Yes,
just
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Priya. I'm sorry, but there was power failure, and then I had, as you can see from my background, I had to change into 2 rooms before I could find a machine where I can sit and join back the live session. So sorry. Sorry.
No problem.
It was 1 second. We're also trying to. This is also being streamed live on YouTube, and now since we have changed our location, we're trying to get the YouTube streaming right. Just give me another minute. Okay. Now this is YouTube, no? Yeah. Yeah, we're back live on whoever has joined the Zoom meeting. Hello, and I hope you can hear me now. There are 2 messages in chat. 1 second, let me just check. Yeah, thank you, Priya, that confirming that I'm audible. There is construction work going on behind me, so maybe you might hear some this thing going on. One thing I wanted to say is sorry that we lost all this time. Do you want to reschedule this, or we can carry on if you have questions that you want to ask right now? Mr. R.R. Sharma, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. To an extent, you answered it, sir, but it was cut midway, so that's why. Sir,
So-
another thing, just 1 minute I will take, sir, regarding the date of the exam, sir. So we have only one window, 30th of April, that we can give exam, or we can give on another dates also, sir. Kindly put some light.
No. Actually, if you're doing the course which is being offered by NPTEL, then the exam cannot be scheduled separately or on another day, because that involves a lot of. I mean, it is, as you know, it is held in several centers at the same time, so a lot of logistics is involved. So that will be the only window that's available for us for German 1.
Sir, what's the eligibility?
Sorry, is that Prakash who's speaking?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just give me a moment. Mr. Sharma, is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You can shift to other questions, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir.
Then Priya has a hand up. So please go ahead, Priya.
Sir, I have few questions regarding exam. One is, what will be the format of exam? Like a number of questions, and how much time will be given for the exam. And second, how, compared to the exam which is held by this Goethe Institute. So what is the difficulty level? Like, if going ahead, I want to go for that exam, what is the difficulty level compared to the SWAYAM exam?
Okay. So first question is, what is the pattern of the exam? Okay, the pattern of the exam is not very different from the assignments that you're doing. Okay. So the kind of questions that you are answering in the assignments, similar questions you will have to answer in the exams as well. That is the first answer. So the question paper in the exam will be divided. The assignment is not divided like that, but question paper will be divided into 4 sections. One section will be audio, where you have to listen to the audio, which is linked, embedded in the question paper, and answer questions, very similar to what you're doing in the assignment, audio questions. Second one will be reading comprehension, where you will be given a text or exactly what you're doing in the assignments as far as reading comprehension is concerned, very similar to that. Third section will be grammar, where there will be fill in the blanks, match the following, vocabulary, that kind of questions. Third section. And the last section will be a small section where you have to write a 5-sentence text, or you have to translate a 5-sentence text. Okay. So we will keep that option open to decide finally whether you want to give you a small text to write, like say, tell your teacher why you cannot come for class, or something like that. Or we might even give you a small translation. Let's say one very basic text about yourself, write that in German, or write that in English, or translate it. That is the writing part. These are the 4 sections in the exam. So I'll repeat. One is the audio, that is called the Hörverständnis in German. In the Goethe exam, it is called HV, 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 which means audio comprehension. Then there is the LV, Leseverständnis, which is reading comprehension. Lesen is to read, reading comprehension. Then there is Grammatik, which is, and there is Schriftlicher Ausdruck, which means written expression. So the one component which you will find, so that is the pattern of our paper. Priya, is that okay? That was your first question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second question, yes, what we cover in the A1, the German 1, German 2, German 3 course, it pretty much matches, sometimes even exceeds the portion that Goethe covers for their exams. The only thing that we cannot practice, which you will have to also do at the Goethe exam, is spoken German. That is something that you have to, that is the only element of their exam which you have to practice on your own. But it's very basic for A1, A2 levels. It's quite basic. And if you have the vocabulary that we are doing in the course, if you learn the vocabulary well, you should be able to, I mean, we have had people who have done the NPTEL courses and they have done extremely well in the Goethe exams. So they have got upwards of 90% in the Goethe exams. That, I mean, I haven't heard of anybody who has not cleared the Goethe exam after doing NPTEL. Maybe they're not telling me, I don't know. But whoever we have got feedback from, they have all done, and they have said that if we do the NPTEL courses well, then the Goethe exams are not very difficult to crack, except the self-practice required for spoken German. Does that answer your second question also?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then Prakash also has his hand up. Prakash, please go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I interrupted in Sharma's question.
No problem.
Sir, my question is whether this NPTEL exam certificate is valuable for studying in Germany.
No, that is something that that I have to clarify. The certification that you get here, it has validity in the Indian academic context.
Okay, sir. Okay.
In the German academic context, German universities, they will require certification by the Goethe Institute, or there is another institution called the TestDAF Institute, and so on and so forth. There are a few of those certifying institutions. So let's take, for example, the Goethe Institute, which is easily available in India. You will have to clear their exam as an external candidate and get that certification for if you want to use it in Germany, or in Austria, or in Switzerland, or in the German-speaking country. Okay. What the advantage of doing the course on NPTEL, as I was just answering the earlier question, is that if you do this course well, it will prepare you adequately for that exam. So you can, you need not attend classes there. You can simply go and register yourselves as an external candidate and write the exam. Okay.
Okay. Sir, one more question.
For international validity, you will need the Goethe certification.
Okay, sir. Okay. In Gotha certificate A1, that level, which up to which level we have to finish?
Different institutions, wherever you want to study, those institutions will give you specifications of what level they're looking at. But generally, you have to have B1 level, which is German 3. So actually, because of that, we put the 3 courses on NPTEL so people are preparing to study in Germany. And it's not always possible because the language training also costs quite a lot of money, you know. So if you're doing it on NPTEL, then it is free of charge. Only thing you have to pay the exam fee on NPTEL, which is 1,000 rupees, and then you can write the exam as an external candidate, for which you pay some. I think around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees is the fee for external candidates for per exam. But then you're saving almost the entire 40,000, 45,000 course fee by doing the NPTEL course. That is that's how it works right now. So
Okay, sir.
you will need German 3 qualification, which is the B1 level qualification.
B1 level.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Usually.
Sir, in
Some
NPTEL,
some universities might accept completion of A2 and you are at B1 level. That might be acceptable for some universities. Some might insist a B1 level certification. That means you have completed that certificate. So, but B1 is normally where you should be if you want to apply to German universities.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right? Can we go on to the next question?
Sir, in NPTEL exam, the hearing part is heard only once, or we can hear in like assignment we can hear 1 or 2 times.
No, you can. See, the exam is 180 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Okay.
So whatever audios are there, they are available to you for the entire period of the exam.
Yes, sir.
You can go back and forth. So you can finish the reading section and go back to the audio section. And if you can't finish it at that time, go to the grammar, finish it, again go back to the audio.
And come back to that.
So audio is available to you the entire 3 hours that are there for the exam.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Okay.
Sir, is there an individual part of like the passing grade for each section, or is it like in totality?
Sorry, is that
Shubham? Yeah, I'm listening.
Shubham, just wait.
Yeah.
Just go in line.
Yeah, sorry. All right. Yeah.
Srijan Lakshmi, your question, please.
Yes, my question is, can we do credit transfer if we complete this course?
That is possible in many institutions. I know that students are allowed to do this course and transfer the credits in terms of electives. So we have to check with your institution. Other options you write to support@nptel.ac.in. I'll just put that. It's very simple. Support. I'll just typing the message in the message box. SUPPORT support@nptel.iitm.ac.in. Here, you just mail them with your query. Can you see the message?
Yeah.
Please mail them with a query, because there are many institutions. IIT Madras itself also allows up to a certain extent transfer of credits from NPTEL courses to to your grade sheet basically. So it is possible, but what are the exact things? Which institution is doing what? That I think you should check with the NPTEL support team.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Then Priya again has a question, but before that, Shubham had his hand up. Now Shubham's hand is gone. Yeah, Shubham, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was just asking, like, is there a passing grade for each individual of the 4 sections, or like it's a totality?
Total. The total will be. I think you have been told that we'll take the best 8 assignment score.
Right.
Out of 12. And I'm sorry that one of the assignments was really while configuring, it went all haywire. I think it was assignment 3.
3, yes.
Yeah. So we have to take 8 out of 11 this time, because too many questions were wrongly configured in that assignment, and I'm really sorry about that. But So a best 8 out of 11, that score will be taken. That will form a specific percentage of your overall score. And then whatever you score in the exam, that will not be taken section wise. It will be taken as one score, and then we'll put both together.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yes, Priya, please go ahead.
Can we hear the audios only twice or as many times as we want?
In the exam?
Yeah, in the exam.
As many times as you want.
Okay.
But
okay.
please remember there are 70 other questions you have to answer.
Yeah.
Okay. But as I said, the audios are available to you all through the 3 hours. You can go to them anytime, any number of times. It is not as if you play the audio once and then it's blocked. It's not like that. You can play it any number of times. Okay, then I will just see if there are any questions from our participants on YouTube. Just give me a second. How many questions, Vignesh is asking, how many questions do we have in the exam? So, as I said, there will be 4 sections in the exam. If I'm remembering correctly, whatever I'm going to set or whatever I've drafted, I'm sharing with you. The sections will be 4 audio, reading comprehension, and grammar and vocabulary. 3 sections for 30, 30, 30, and 10 marks for written expression. That is the pattern. Okay, Vignesh, I hope I answered your question. Is this course for an IIT only? Why are you asking that? Anybody can do the question. Vishal Verma is asking, is this course for IIT? No, anybody can do. I hope you are also doing it. Yeah, those are 2 questions I have got on YouTube. So we'll go back to the Zoom meeting. And there are a couple of questions now in the chat box. Let me just go through them before you ask the next question. Rejoin. Okay, for us. How many audio questions? Priya, I think I have answered that question just now. Duration of the exam is 3 hours. Take wired earphones for the exam for the audio. See, the instruction about the earphones will be given to you in time. Don't worry. I don't want to say something and then suddenly something different happens. So I think the NPTEL team will give you instructions about headphones, clear instructions about headphones. So of course, without headphones, you will not be able to answer the audio questions. So there will be an instruction about headphones, what kind of headphones are allowed, etc., etc. That after exam, what to not forget the language. If you are not planning A2 level, too bad. Then I think you have to find friends, German friends, and keep talking to them to somehow keep in touch with the language. Keep reading your textbook. Try watching some German TV shows. Otherwise, do the A2 level course straight away. Okay, so I am done with the questions in the chat. And Vignesh is asking, I have answered that, Vignesh. 180 minutes and roughly how many questions I have answered in this section. So 30, 30, 30, 10. Then Farhan is asking what are the differences we can expect in Goethe exam from NPTEL exam. The biggest difference, Farhan, is that the Goethe exam will have a spoken German component. Our exam does not have that. Apart from that, maybe the kind of question they ask might be slightly different because that exam is live. You're there in the situation. And it is also not a mass, a MOOC course like NPTEL is. So it might be slightly different. But generally, whatever it is that they ask, we will have covered it grammatically. And depending on how much time you spend learning vocabulary, you should have the vocabulary for that as well. Okay. No, not TV shows right now, Vignesh. I am unfortunately not a great TV watcher, but I can check with my TAs and ask them whether they watch any German TV shows, and I'll ask them to put the information on the forum. Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. TV shows for absolute beginners. I will put the information on the forum, as I said. Then any other question that I have not answered? How will be the reading part in exam? It's exactly like it is in the assignments, that you will be given a text, let's say an email, and then questions based on that, either say true or false, or write one word as an answer or something like that. So that is the written exam, or you will be given certain like we have done one or two. You must have seen those in the assignments, where we give you 5 or 6 advertisements, and then you have to decide which advertisement is for which sentence, for which situation. Those kind of questions, similar questions will be there in the exam as well. So that is the reading part exam. Lakshmi, I hope that is the answer to your question. Then written or online. It is online, meaning it is online, meaning it is not. You have to go to an exam center, sit at the computer, and write the exam. Yeah, thank you. Online to be given at the center. So, yeah, there is one. Shubham, your hand is still up. You have another question?
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask, because the practicing of like the verbal part can be challenging if you keep on going through German 1, 2, and 3 without really finding a partner to practice with, because most of us are taking the course online. So, is there such platform or any possibility of
I would see.
Just
now
we
had
level can connect.
Just now I had a live session with German 3 participants just before yours, and it got a little delayed because we went on way beyond 6 o'clock when it was to end. But there also we decided that within the people who were present, like right now on Zoom itself, there are 31 participants. So at least you can easily start 1, 2 or 3 people together and form a group. And the best thing, the couple of things that you can do is one of the things that I used to do in the classroom is role play. So you can take small dialogues from the textbook or from any other source. If you have textbooks online, find them. And there are small dialogues which are very, very basic. You can learn up your roles and act out the situations in virtual reality. The other thing, of course, is always doable if you have the textbook with you. Whichever level you are at in the textbook, go 1 or 2 levels before that, which you think you have mastered well up to that level. And there you read those texts aloud to yourself. And please try and get fluency in reading along with understanding what you're reading. If you do that, then if there is a fluency in your speech delivery while reading, without, it is not mechanical speech delivery where you are just reading words, but you're understanding what you're saying, then that helps a lot eventually when it comes to a spoken German situation. So that, in my experience, that has helped me a lot, because I learned German at a time when the communicative approach was not common. Our teachers used the very, very traditional, quote unquote, traditional translation grammar method. Okay. So we hardly ever spoke in German in class. We only did exercises in class. Okay. But we did them, but I was fond of reading aloud also. So when I was in a situation where I was face to face with German people, actually it was, I had to speak slowly, but it was okay. In the sense, it was not, because the sentences which I had read aloud fluently, they helped me with the rest of the speech as well, with my other formulation of new sentences. So please do reading aloud, and read aloud texts which you have already done some time back and have mastered, and so that you come to an understanding simultaneously while you're reading. And if you can form small WhatsApp groups over here and then practice this thing, that would be an additional thing, advantage.
We have created a Telegram group.
Sorry?
We have created a Telegram group, sir.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so that is if in that group, if there are any doubts or questions that you have, maybe you could put them together once in 15 days and put it on the forum, so others also can benefit, and we will try and answer those questions as best as we can. If you have any doubts about whatever you're doing on the forum, then like sentences which you don't know whether they're correct or not correct, you can just put it on what in that Telegram group. Then you can put those doubts on the forum, and we'll try and answer them to the best of our ability. Also, I'm just checking. I see that Sri Lakshmi's hand is up, but just give me a moment to check whether. Okay, that is about the group. Fine. Yeah, Sri Lakshmi, please go ahead.
So this is regarding the discussion forum. I had tried asking during the week 3 assignment. I had a doubt. Like afterwards, we got to know that the assignment would not be taken. But I'm not able to message in the forum. It's just that the NPTEL people are able to message and not us. Is there any settings that has to be changed?
You're not able to message, meaning you're not able to write in the forum?
Yeah.
No, that's very surprising. I don't know. I mean, so if you want to post a message to the forum, to the entire forum, you're not able to write?
Yeah, I'm not able to write.
Okay, I'll have to check because I'm also a participant in the course, although I have different privileges because I'm the host or whatever it is. But basically, when I log in with my course ID, I'm also one of the participants. So, okay, I can't tell you, please post this message in the forum, because since you can't post, but let me go back and check. I will just tell, and I'm right now in the NPTEL office actually. So I will just tell them before going to check on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. And then Farhan, I've answered. Okay. Yeah, if there are, there were some questions I've answered today in the forum about that interchange of audios in assignment 6, was it? Audio 42 and 43. And there was one question about the possessive pronoun to use for a specific sentence. And both those questions are correct, and both those doubts or what you pointed out are correct. And I have already written on the forum that I will be resolving that with the NPTEL team right away. Both those things. And yeah, it is. Let us say that right now you're doing assignment 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I can only say that assignment 8 onwards, I will ensure that there are no mistakes in the assignment itself. Okay. So that is something which has happened. I mean, there's a lot of things happening. As you can hear, there is construction happening all around in the NPTEL office from where the whole thing is configured, uploaded, and all that. So there could have been a couple of mistakes here and there, but I will make sure before the draft goes online that usually what I do is I myself completely do the assignment in one go before the draft goes live. So I have not done that in the last 3 or 4 weeks, but that also because of my own time commitments. But I will ensure that I do that again and make sure that the draft is error-free.
Also, just a small suggestion, sir. Sometimes because in the assignment there's an
nice
image.
To see you. Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like everyone, like it feels very mechanical. Sometimes there's an image like I don't know how it's scanned from the book, but the image is not very clear when you are on the screen. So if that can
no, I will also, I mean, what I do in such cases is that basically, these are either JPG or PNG files. So from whatever my basic computer knowledge is there, I try and adjust color and contrast to make it brighter and more sharpness. That is something that I will look into definitely. If there are images on which questions are based, then I'll make sure that they are visible. And you don't have to answer questions based on invisible images. Okay. Or
Blurry, but yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
okay. Yeah, if you have more questions, please. We still have 5 minutes time. Although we are 7:15, but it's okay. In fact, I was saying to the team here that we've lost so much time in this live session that maybe we could have one more. But we'll do it. I mean, if today there are people who left because of the power failure and then could not join back, maybe today is the 8th of March. Happy Women's Day, by the International Women's Day today to everyone. Schöne Grüße zum Internationalen Tag der Frauen. Okay, so I will see whether in a couple of weeks' time we can schedule one more live session, so that without a power break in between, then today people who had to drop out because of the power failure can join back and put their questions. Yeah, so can we then wrap up this session? Any further? Shrija Lakshmi, one more question you have, yes?
Yeah, no, this is regarding the discussion forum question. Is there any email ID where I can write my query or something? Or is the same ID that you had posted before?
Support at NPTEL, yeah.
Yeah.
If you write to support, see what will happen, I'll tell you. If you write to support at NPTEL, if your query is a technical query, they will reply. If your query is pertaining to subject matter, which is German language, then they'll post it to us. I mean, us in the sense, there are 5 of us in the team, and someone will go to the forum every day and check whether there are any subject related queries that have to be answered. And sometimes, of course, we miss the mark also. So I remember that 2 days back, I got one poke from the NPTEL team saying, please respond to the subject related queries on the forum. So that can also happen. But usually that's what happens. So if you write to support and if your question is technical, they will answer. If it is subject related, they will ask us to respond.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. But you should be able to write on the forum. I don't know why you can't. Okay. I will definitely, before leaving the office right now, I'll definitely ask them what this problem is.
Hi, sir.
Hi. You're?
Vignesh.
Vignesh. Okay. Hi.
Sir, one small query, sir. You were mentioning about this Goethe Institute, right? So whatever NPTEL has to offer, we are not having a speaking session in order to evaluate. So it is like, if we have to build this communication to a bare minimum where we are able to comprehend what the other person says in German, what sources do you suggest, or how do we begin, sir, actually, for that?
As I said, I mean, you begin in this small groups that we are forming now. You begin by, first of all, see what I will do is also we will put on the forum. Usually, all the standardized exams for languages, they have a pattern. Okay, so even the spoken German exam that the Goethe conducts or any other institution conducts, even for TOEFL, you might have. I don't know whether TOEFL has a spoken component because I've never written TOEFL, but for any standardized language exam, there is a pattern, and it is a requirement that the candidates have to know the pattern. Okay, so you should know what kind of questions will come in a spoken German exam also. So first question that comes is very simple. When you walk into the spoken German exam, you have to introduce yourself in German, which we have done in lesson 1. Ich heiße so und so, ich komme aus, ich bin Student, was studiere ich, ich lerne Deutsch, warum lerne ich Deutsch, Ich möchte in Deutschland studieren, etc., etc. So these are very basic things about oneself that one needs to know, which one should be able to introduce oneself in German. There might be some small queries from someone asking about family, how many brothers you have, sisters you have. Those things, family also is a vocabulary that we have covered, or we will be covering before the end of the course. So this is the beginning of the spoken exam. Then you are usually given, if sometimes the spoken exam is 2 people together or single. Okay, if it's 2 people together, then you're given a situation again where you have to role play. One person plays the role of, let's say, the doctor, and the other person the patient, or one person the teacher, other person the student, something like that, or 2 colleagues in an office, and then you're given a situation. Situations are very simple because it's German 1. So situations should be of a level where you will be able to deal with the situation with simple sentences. You don't need compound sentences. You don't need complicated constructions. So those kind of situations, or restaurant, you will be the guest and somebody will play the waiter and then you order. So those kind of things will be there. And then there might be another 1 or 2 elements where you are asked, shown a picture or given a word, and let's say you're given the word hobby. Then you need to say 3 or 4 sentences. What is your hobby? What do you like to do? How often? Once a week, twice a week. This is, in a nutshell, the structure of the spoken German exam. Okay. So in this, what is it that you can easily cover? You can easily cover things like your likes and dislikes, your hobbies. You can yourself make small text for yourself. How do I introduce myself? Okay, I will say these 5, 6, 7 sentences. How do I talk about my hobbies? I'll say these 4 or 5 sentences. All these things we can do it by ourselves. There's no problem. The only thing that is spontaneous is you don't know which situation you're going to get, and whether it will be alone or with a partner. That's the only thing that you have to be prepared for. Okay. Maybe that is something that if you form the group and have conversations, you might get used to that kind of a thing.
Okay, sir.
So,
And one more.
No, was that useful?
Yeah, it was helpful.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, this GOTE exams that you were mentioning about, is it like we have to take exams level by level, or if someone is proficient, they can directly go to A2? How is it like, sir?
It is up to you. I mean, they have no problem because you're paying for the exam. So if you think that you can take A2 level directly, you go to A2 level. But if you're asking me whether after doing German 1, you should go to A2 and take A2 exam, I don't know. Okay. I would suggest if you have the time, then do German 2, because anyway it is free.
Okay.
And then go and otherwise don't invest money in an exam where you're not sure whether you will pass. You do German 2 properly with us, with NPTEL, I'm sure you'll pass A2, not a problem. But with only German 1, you might just scrape through, because we cover actually a lot of grammar and vocabulary. You might just, but I wouldn't advise.
Fine, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Which grammar topic is important exam? Ajinkya Patil is asking. Ajinkya, all topics that we have covered are important. Okay. So then so Vishal is saying that, Vishal, it is available online. Please go to the Swayam portal. Okay. I'm responding to Vishal's question. I think www.swayam.in. Swayam.in. You can check this out, or you can check out www. What is it? nptel.ac.in. Please check out these websites, Vishal Verma. I'm answering your questions, and you will find German courses listed there. You can join. Now, the next course you can join will be in July, because these courses are already in the 7th week now, what is going on. And the They're free of cost. You can learn. Only thing, if you want to write the exam and get a certificate, then you will have to pay 1,000 rupees exam fee and go to an exam center near you and write the exam. Okay. So that is what it is. Shall we
Sir.
then? One second. Somebody is asking a question.
Sir, I'm Prakash, sir.
Prakash, please. Yes.
Sir, if we submit at least 8 assignments, can we attend eligibility for the exam?
Yes. If you it's wait. Let me. I mean, all these things are very. Did I just close a window? Sorry, 1 second. I don't know, but anyway, we are live still, no? Fine. You have to write, I think, 10 assignments, and but I'll have to confirm, or do all the assignments, and then we'll take the best 8. It is given, no, in the introductory thing that you get from the NPTEL team. Can you just go back to that, the very first announcement, or even the description of the course?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I can't open that window here right now in the Zoom, and this computer is not mine. I can see no apps here on this computer anywhere, so I can't even open any.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But it is given. It is given in the course description on the NPTEL website, where that video is there when I'm introducing the course and all that. No.
Yes, sir. There it is. Up to best 8 assignments.
So I mean, minimum how many you need to have done that I'll also have to check now. We'll go there and check. Otherwise, we will ask the NPTEL team to respond to that query. Okay. So we will stop here now today. For other courses, 8 is minimum. Thank you, Priya. So I think for German also, it will be 12-week course means 8 should be minimum. And then I think that's logical also. And so we'll take, if you've done more than 8, then we'll take the best 8. So that's logical also. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So vielen Dank, ganz herzlichen Dank für Ihre Teilnahme. Teilnahme ist Participation. Vielen Dank für Ihre Teilnahme an diesem Gespräch. Das Gespräch ist a conversation. Und ich wünsche Ihnen allen einen schönen Abend. Und vielleicht treffen wir uns noch einmal in 2 Wochen. Okay. Yeah. So Ajinkya, I'm just saying that because we lost a good 20 minutes today to the power cut, I will ask the NPTEL team to schedule another session, maybe in 2 weeks' time, and then we can have one more session like this. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Just one last thing.
Yeah.
In the last class, you played that song about like Sukhen.
Okay.
Something. Yeah. And I was just having trouble like finding the exact audio file, or like even on YouTube for that. I found the lyrics.
Week 7, no? Which one is this?
Yeah, last week. Yeah, week 7.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go back to the video and I'll see if I can find because I also had to search for the song online when I did the course at that time. So let me just go back to the source and see whether we can get a clear.
We can just yeah.
Because it's not like it's available to listen to on YouTube and all that. So I'll just have to find a clear version of it somewhere, and then I'll link it. I'll send the link on the forum.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. And bis zum nächsten Mal. Till next time. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thanks, sir.
Vielen Dank.
Wiedersehen.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Yes, sir.